This is a Flying Cow production. Moo, 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 moo,
Well, hello, and welcome to the very first Teddy Awards. This is, of course, the finale of our four-part podcast that we have been doing, The Academy, where we took the very best, in quotes, films of 1994. We talked about them, we ranked them, and now here we are for the Teddy Awards to decide our number one film and also to give out various awards that we think some of these films are deserving of. But I, of course, am not alone. I have here with me, as always, Jack Allison and Hannah Kiefer. How are you guys doing today?
I'm good.
Yeah. Good.
I think I'm doing better than Jack is.
Say, yeah. I couldn't tell if he was relieved or taking a poop.
There's an idea. I'll be right back.
I did want to, obviously this is our big finale for the Academy. Like I said, we are going to be we're going to be handing out awards for things that we think are deserving. Some of them might be your typical awards. Some of them might be off the wall. We're going to have fun with it. But I do want to start by letting everyone know the top 5, the nominees for Best Picture for 1994 as decided by the Academy. And they are as follows: The Lion King, Chungking Express, Three Colors Red, The Shawshank Redemption, and Ed Wood. So based on our rankings, those were the top 5. Those are the nominees for Best Picture, and Best Picture will be the last film or the last award that we give out today. But I want to go ahead for those that might be curious as to where the rest of the films landed. I want to go ahead and let you guys know 6 through 15. These are the rankings. And just to let you guys know, if there were ever ties to decide how that went, I usually look to see first what film got the lowest ranking on anybody's chart. So that is how ties were decided. So that means that the list is as follows. Number 6 was Heavenly Creatures. Came in at the end, a little New Zealand film, and ended up in our top 6 there. After that was Pulp Fiction. Then Muriel's Wedding, the Australian independent darling. Those Australian and New Zealand films did well. Then we had at number 9, Hoop Dreams. Number 10 was Forrest Gump. Number 11 was Quiz Show. Number 12 was The Last Seduction. Number 13 was Shot and Tango. Number 14 was 4 Weddings and a Funeral. And number 15, to no one's surprise, was North.
Almost no one's surprise.
I was going to say, Jack gave me a little puzzled look. I will say, just briefly, we don't want to get too in the weeds here, but I will say nobody's number 1 was left out of the top 5. Everybody's number 1 made it to the top 5. But was there a film on this list that you were disappointed wasn't in the top 5, or you expected it to be higher? If nothing else, just one. We're not gonna dissect this list or anything.
Honestly, based on our previous episodes and a discussion on the films, this kind of stacked up to what I expected.
Yeah.
I wasn't really that surprised. No.
Yeah, it seemed to jive with what we were looking at. So even the ones that I liked less than others, I knew were going to rank highly because they ranked highly when we talked about it. So it totally made sense. Yeah. And I respect the ones that made it high, even though I did not vote for them.
Right. I will say I was surprised positively how high Heavenly Creatures got.
Yeah.
It was honestly 1 vote away from making the top 5. So, very close. And while I wasn't surprised, I'm a little disappointed that Pulp Fiction didn't at least make it to the top 5, but
that's
like
on me.
I know,
but
Well,
I
I
do
mean,
not regret it at all.
That's when I would say I wasn't. That's when I would say I would be surprised wasn't in the top 5 pinning our conversation, because, like I said, Hannah made some points, and I get it. It's not just because she's throwing it out.
I was not surprised it wasn't there, but I was just a little, I'm like,
I thought it might make it up there. I thought it might get outvoted and get scooted up a bit, but not quite enough.
It's great for us, because if any of your listeners are like, hey, let me just start with this 4th part episode for some stupid reason, now you can go back and find out how it all began.
Like,
Memento
what? How
style.
did Pulp Fiction not end up in the top 5?
Yeah, it starts out like Hannah introduction. This is me. You're probably wondering how Pulp Fiction got here.
yeah.
Flashback.
It's my fault.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, those are the rankings as they sit. But I wanted to go ahead and we have awards. Each one of us has 3 awards to give out. So we didn't really discuss what order we're going to do this in, but I figure we'll kind of just popcorn. Would anybody like to go first?
I'll go first if you like. Sure. The question is which one to start with, because we all picked 3 categories. Yes.
Yes, and I will say that there's no set way that we're all doing this. Some of us might have nominees, some of us might not. Some of us might have nominees for some of our categories and not for others. So,
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for me, one of my first of my 3 starts out with best. Excuse me, I had a typo in my note here. Okay. Best scene featuring the use of drugs or alcohol.
That's appropriate. I will say, Jack, before you get into that, we talked about off the podcast that you didn't give drinks for your last for the last movies.
Oh man, Clay, that's a sexy ass segue there. I appreciate that. Yeah. So for the 0.75 of you out there who are wondering why I didn't make mention of it in the last episode, so
3 of the 40. Yeah.
Listen to us. Listen to the films we discuss. Consider them. What drink do you fucking pick for the Lion King?
Milk.
Yeah, or like water or bug juice. We had all kinds of things we're throwing out there, but most of the films.
What was the one Hannah said that made?
I said antelope blood.
Oh yeah, that was great.
I was just like,
obviously I was specifically like, they say they eat the antelope. This is obviously where you go.
Yeah.
A lion.
I'm trying to remember the movies we even picked for last week.
It was Lion King, Muriel's Wedding, Heavenly Creatures.
So they don't drink in Heavenly Creatures. They're minors. So right. Past there. I mean, you can maybe do brandy for a shot in Tango, but I was strapped, so I said just screw it. So that's the reason why, everybody. Mystery solved. Illuminati confirmed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what it was. I told Anna they don't have a spit take emoji, because that's what I wanted to do when she made those suggestions.
So my nominees, that being said, for best scene featuring the use of drugs or alcohol, my nominees are The beer rooftop scene from The Shawshank Redemption.
Very good scene.
Arthur's father, the basketball court in Hoop Dreams,
Mm.
which I believe it was Arthur's father. The whiskey scene from Four Weddings and a Funeral. Mia Wallace's overdose in Pulp Fiction. And North's crack in North. And the golden teddy goes too.
Oh no.
The beer rooftop scene from The Shawshank Redemption. I mean, how can you not, right? I mean, it makes
That's
sense.
what I would have voted for.
Mhm.
I don't even like. I like beer. I don't like light beer. I can't drink the stuff. It's like swill to me. But every time I see that scene, I'm like, man, a Bud Light would be okay right now.
If there is any scene in the world that will make you want a beer, it is that scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. All right. Very nice. Congratulations to the beer scene.
Mhm.
Shawshank Redemption. Well deserved. All right. Hannah, would you like
Yeah. So as I was thinking about what I wanted to award, I started thinking about, what do I really, really love in movies? And so I chose 3 things that are almost always something that makes me really fall in love with a movie and decided to award the best in each of those categories. So first in my list of things that I really love in movies, and I only have 3 nominees for each of these because there are only 15 movies to choose from. So my first one is Best Musical Number. And so my 3 nominees, my 3 possibilities were Be Prepared from The Lion King, Take a Chance on Me from Muriel's Wedding, where they sing it together, and that long bar dance scene from Shot and Tango, which became kind of mesmerizing. I very deliberately chose only one per movie because otherwise it is all just Lion King because they had most of the music. But I really actually enjoyed all 3 of these. And so I decided about it, but in the end, I've decided the teddy goes to Be Prepared from The Lion King. It's just too good.
Bravo. Yeah. I mean, any musical number that can cause tectonic shifting.
Mhm.
I mean,
It's too good. It's too
yeah,
great.
that's insane. Like,
Mhm.
don't let Scar sing anywhere that you like the look of, because apparently,
The earth will rise up.
yes, absolutely.
Also, can we give props to that song real quick? Just the seamless transition from Jeremy Irons into Jim Cummings.
I was about to say that. I was like, that's honestly one of the best moments is that you don't even know.
Yeah.
I mean, I can pick it out mostly just because I know their voices, but I mean, I didn't know for years.
No,
Same.
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 So perfect.
All right. All right. So, with that in mind, I will go ahead and give out my first award. And honestly, I went back and forth on what I wanted this award to be. I surprisingly don't have any acting awards. Mostly because every time I would come up with nominees, I couldn't pick between them. So, shouts out to Ray Fiennes in Quiz Show. Tim Robbins in The Shawshank Redemption. And I can't think of her name, but the woman who plays Faye in Chungking Express.
I don't remember her name.
I don't
and
remember the name
honestly,
off the top of my head
I
either.
probably would mispronounce it anyways, and that's a disrespect. So.
And also Gary Sinise in
Mhm.
Forrest Gump. Yeah, he's the best part of that film. But let's see.
Yeah, that's hard to pick one out of those, just because
because they're all amazing.
You're picking actors and actresses.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
15 movies. That's.
Yeah, I mean, I will say if Blue was in this instead of Red, it would have been, was it Juliette Binoche in that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, she was the standout of that entire trilogy.
I would agree.
But
I thought William Gates had a pretty good performance
William Gates
from Hoop Dreams. I believed every minute of it.
yeah. I wonder why. Sorry, I want to get. Oh, her name is Faye Wong. Duh.
Oh well, okay. I guess I could
wonder.
pronounce it.
I was
Egg
like,
on my face.
I know it's actually pretty easy. And also I did not know when we reviewed that Tony Leung was actually going to be in
Marple.
Yeah, I had no clue. But congrats to him. He was also great in that movie.
I still have not seen Shang-Chi yet, but that's the only reason I have a desire to, like, just seeing an actor of his, excellence.
I'm waiting till it comes on Disney Plus because it's going to be free on there in like a couple days.
I'll see it once alcohol is free. I'm kind of over the MCU at this point.
But yeah, so like I said, honorable mentions to all of those actors. Great performances, all of them. But like I said, I could not pick one. So I decided instead to give an award, even though there are no other nominees, because there are technically no other films that fit in this category that made our top 15. But this film would have won this award had it existed at the time. So I am giving Best Animated Feature to The Lion King, because what else is?
Heard. Okay, right on. Congrats to Lion King.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. My next category, I probably should say for last, since a lot of people are probably going to quit after this, but here we go. Best off-screen animal abuse.
Oh
gosh.
Next.
And the nominees are off-screen, OFF.
Okay. All right.
Because we know it would be the best
On
quote
screen,
unquote.
and I
on
don't
screen,
want
yeah.
to award that for anything.
I don't want
So
to call
best-
it best.
Best off-screen animal abuse goes. The nominees are Rita the dog from Red, Mufasa from The Lion King, the octopus from Ed Wood, the pussy from Shot and Tongo, and Orson Welles from Heavenly Creatures.
Some of those I would argue are not off screen.
And some of those I'd have a counter argument for. But in the meantime, the golden teddy goes to Mufasa from The Lion King.
Again, I would argue that's not off screen.
Okay, well, what? Show me a screenshot of him getting trampled.
He falls and then we move away from it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're okay.
Hey, send me a screenshot of him getting trampled, and I will.
Your award. I'm not.
I mean, do you want it to go to the cat? I mean, like, what do you want me to do?
No, I'm surprised you even nominated that. Ugh.
And as for Orson Welles, I put him in there because he's not a human in that movie.
There you go.
Wait, which film did you nominate Orson Welles for? Because
Good question. Heavenly Creatures.
He's technically in like like 2 or 3?
2 of them.
He's real in Ed Wood, but yeah, in Heavenly Creatures, he's a fictional mystical creature, and that's why I threw him in there.
I mean, he's Vincent D'Onofrio in Ed Wood, but yeah,
that's a nice tie into my next one, actually.
Wow, did not expect that. What you got?
Yeah, so the second category I chose for things I just love about movies is I chose the character I most wanted to spend more time with. And this was people I deliberately did not choose main characters because I usually felt like I had gotten the time that I wanted with them, but I chose folks who I was like, I wish I had seen a little more of them or understood them a little more deeply. So the nominees are, and this is why it ties in, evil Orson Welles from Heavenly Creatures. I would have loved to have just more of that throughout.
Oh, yeah.
And then maybe slightly more serious answers. Fiona from Four Weddings and a Funeral, who was just really, really scripted there. And Rhonda from Muriel's Wedding, who we see a lot of pieces, but I wanted more. I wanted so much more from her. And so of those 3, the Golden Teddy goes to Fiona from Four Weddings and a Funeral. The very best thing about that movie, and I wanted her story.
That was Kristen Scott Thomas, right?
Yes.
Yeah. She's great.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So congrats, Fiona. Congrats. All right.
Congrats. Woo! Yeah.
So
Well
that
deserved.
leaves me with presenting best production design. Mine are all straight. I'm sorry, guys. I made mine up before I saw how creative you guys were being, and I was just, well, all right.
What do you mean straight?
They're like the same types of awards you would see in the Oscars.
It's a good variety. It's a good variety. A little bit of everything.
There might be a best off-screen animal abuse award somewhere out there.
I hope not.
I don't want to watch that award show, I don't think.
Wait, what country made Milo and Otis? Let me look this up.
Oh,
Was that Japanese? I think it was Japanese.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
All right. So for best production design, the nominees are Ed Wood, Three Colors Red, Pulp Fiction, and the Chungking Express. I always want to say the.
Thank you. I was about to get very upset.
And the Teddy goes to Three Colors Red. Sorry, guys. It's the only one that actually talked about the production. I mean, all of those others, as I was making them nominees, I was like, actually, these all have really good production design. But Three Colors Red, like just the use of color, like stood out to me so much.
Oh, it's gorgeous. I completely agree with this.
But yes, so congratulations, Three Colors Red. Fine design.
Okay. My last award that I chose a winner for. Sorry, 1 second. Let me do that. My last award that I chose the category for was most consistently accurate predictions of the top and bottom weekly rankings.
Are you giving an award
Now,
to us?
I mean, you know what? I had to take it a little bit outside of it. We had to see where this goes. And I'm nervous about this because, we're all a part of this. So this is
We're the
pretty
nominees
big.
for this.
Yeah. The nominees are Glay, Hannah, me, and the Grimble.
The Grumble.
Excellent.
And the Golden Teddy goes to. It goes to me. I'm the winner.
I'm not
Which,
sure.
Congratulations.
Notes about
Thank you. I was amazed because the first, at 2 weeks, I think I had the bottom and the top spot right for our average. And then saying I had the top spot right for our last week. I mean, I'm just as surprised as you guys are. I really am. And I mean, I'm honored. I really am. But it does make sense when I think about it now in hindsight. Like, wow. I mean, thanks.
I will say I do know the first two that won were your top.
Yeah.
Number one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And which is, I'm especially happy about this, Clay, because this means that from now on, whenever I appear on one of your podcasts or shows, that I am to be introduced as Golden Teddy Award winner, Jack the Good Boy Allison.
Okay, I'll do it. I'm not against that.
And I'll do
Awesome.
that when I invite Evil Orson Welles onto my podcast.
Fantastic.
Happens all the time.
2-time Golden Teddy nominee.
Yes. Oh.
It says a lot. It says a lot when you call the Orson Welles that wasn't played by the actor who did Kingpin, the evil Orson Welles.
Yeah. Yeah. For my final award, I wanted to go with the best window into a world I knew nothing about. This is one of my favorite things about musicals, that too, but movies, is really getting to know something, see the world through somebody else's eyes that are not mine. And I think the three for this time that did that the best for me were Hoop Dreams, Quiz Show, and Shot and Tango. And I went back and forth on these three, but I think the one that I ultimately wanted to stick with, because it was the one that stuck with me the most about this world. So I'm going to give the Golden Teddy to Hoop Dreams for this.
Wow. Hoop Dreams. First nomination and win. Well, actually not first nomination. Never mind. Because I think somebody else nominated
Best drug scene.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Best drug scene. Yeah.
This is maybe a nicer one for it to win.
Second nomination and
hey.
first win for Hoop Dreams.
Let me defend the drug thing. I put that in there because it is an impactful scene in that film. When it happens, you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like I am not. That's not just for jokes. Like,
No.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, all of the ones that you pointed out are all scenes that stand out in
Oh, for sure.
respective.
Yeah.
So,
But congrats to Hoop Dreams. That's a great category. I like that.
I was about to say, when you sent me that category, I was like, "Ooh, I like that category."
I'll steal that category. It is maybe my favorite category.
Mm-hmm.
It's really nice. Okay.
I almost did the musical category myself. I'm glad I sat back because your choices were better than mine. I had Bruce Willis nominated for singing "Painting Flowers in the Wall" from Pulp Fiction.
I debated the Pulp Fiction dance scene, and I was like, I think I have to be.
I forgot
It
about
was
that one.
if I had had 4 nominees, it would have been in there because it is iconic. It does probably deserve it, but I wanted to give Shot and Tango and their long bar dance.
No, I
a
love that
nod.
scene too.
Yeah.
All right. So, for my final award, my final award is the Teddy for Best Director, which is not something that I often notice about films. Unfortunately, direction is something that I've only recently started to really kind of, be aware of the differences in direction. But there were definitely some ones in this crop of films that stood out to me. So I wanted to acknowledge that, and one in particular. So the nominees are Quentin Tarantino for Pulp Fiction, Wong Kar-wai for Chungking Express, Peter Jackson, Heavenly Creatures, Krzysztof Kieslowski for Three Colors Red. I hope I said that somewhere close to
Close
right.
enough.
Yeah. And Bellatar for Shot and Tango. Oh, wait, I've just been told Bellatar has been disqualified for animal abuse. Doesn't matter. He wasn't going to win anyway. All right. So the Teddy goes to Peter Jackson for Heavenly Creatures. Once again, I probably telegraphed this one because I went on and on and on about how much I loved Peter Jackson's direction in this film. But obviously, all of these other directors were phenomenal and amazing. But there's just something about Peter Jackson's direction that really, like I said, I don't often notice direction, and I took notice because of the decisions that were being made, because of the angles we were getting, the just the perspectives that we were getting. It was just so good. And honestly, any one of these could have been deserving of that as well. For me, Peter Jackson was the one that stood out. So congratulations.
Congrats, Peter.
Jackson. Teddy Award.
Well deserved.
And an Oscar. How many people can say that?
If he doesn't get a Tony, he can still try to EGOT.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. He's got a Teddy. All right. So those are our awards that we wanted to give out. But before we announce Best Picture for the first Teddy Awards, I wanted to give an honorary award because we had 15 films in this slate. And, as I'm watching, I'm paying attention to who's in these films, who's contributing, all this kind of stuff. And two actors actually stood out to me because they were in more than one film in this list. Number one is Bruce Willis, but he was disqualified because his second film he was in was North. But the other person appeared in Quiz Show as a car salesman and also as the voice of Pumbaa in The Lion King. Yes, he is the much forgotten about Ernie Sabella. So congratulations to Ernie Sabella. You are an honorary Teddy Award winner.
Congrats, Ernie. I knew you could do it.
Absolutely. I will say, before I decided to give this award, I made sure to make sure that, Ernie Sabella wasn't problematic. And honestly, I was like, this guy's really cool. He's, has been in a bunch of television shows that I remember watching growing up. He was in Saved by the Bell.
Nice.
He was also does a lot of theater and stuff like that.
He was in a production of Guys and Dolls that Nathan Lane was also in.
Yes, and he has been married to the same woman since 1999.
Aw.
Which, how many people in Hollywood can say that? Not many.
Not Woody Allen.
No.
Indeed.
No. So again, congrats to Ernie Sabella. You earned it, sir. All right. So that brings us to the final award of the night, which is, of course.
Wait, sorry, one quick second. I was wrong. Woody Allen actually has been married since 1997 to his daughter.
Oh, that's gross.
He's still problematic though, so there's that.
Yes.
Sorry, Clay, I think you were saying something important.
Yeah, he's never gonna get a Teddy. But yes, so the final award of the night is, of course, Best Picture. The Best Picture Teddy for 1994. And to remind you, the nominees are The Lion King, Chungking Express, Three Colors Red, The Shawshank Redemption, and Ed Wood. And the Teddy goes to Chungking Express.
Yeah, baby!
Best Picture for 1994, says the Academy. Congratulations to Chungking Express. Accepting on their behalf is Ernie Sabella. Thank you all.
Awesome for Chungking Express. I am okay with this. I think this is my top pick. I'm cool with that. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna celebrate. I'm gonna watch that tonight. Then I'm gonna jerk off afterwards. I'm excited. Congrats to Chungking Express. Everyone involved with it. I knew you could do it.
Absolutely. So yes, congrats to everyone that was nominated. There weren't many. But yeah, I mean, do you guys have any final things you would like to say before we close out the awards?
Yeah, on a serious note, everybody, I know we all have our fun and we like talking about movies and everything like that, and it's all fun and games, especially with some more mature content we've been covering. But to all of you out there, thank you for coming with us along the way and sitting with us and listening in and hearing three randos just talking about movies and things they love. And most importantly, I'm sorry for all the bad language I used.
Are you really sorry, Jack?
Yeah, no, I yeah.
Okay.
Kinda. I kind of probably maybe am.
It's good to know.
So thank you all for putting up with my filthy mouth. And yeah, that's all I have to say about that, as Forrest Gump said.
That's all I gotta say about that. All
Forrest Gump never said fuck, and I hold myself to a standard.
The Forrest Gump.
That was your fourth category, is the character that I most aspire to be. Forrest Gump is up at the top there.
Man, I wish I could love running that much. I'd feel so much better if I could run like he could.
I probably haven't even run across the United States once.
No. I keep trying, but like once I get to that stop sign, I'm just like, man, I'm good.
I think you need the motivation of the cult around you.
I decided to not keep going.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything else extra to add for that as well. That was a fun revisit of some movies I haven't seen in a long time, and a fun journey into some brand new ones. And Yeah, I've learned that my taste does not align with people's, which is great and exciting and brings some variety to the show.
I appreciate your takes
It
being
makes
different.
things
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, because otherwise, we probably could have just, if this was just me and Jack, we probably could have picked our top
Pulp
five,
Fiction.
you know.
No, and I enjoyed being part of that, and I enjoyed that. There are some circles in moviedom where that's a bigger problem for people, and I really enjoyed the conversations we had around it, even when I was hating on things that you loved or you were hating on things that I loved. I thought it was really interesting.
Need to remind you that I put North above Muriel's Wedding, so no, Hannah, I'm gonna give you props because I think Clay and I had a little bit more in common as far as our picks go, but as someone who gets very frustrated with the amount of people on social media that take offense to differing opinions of movies, you are a class act, and that you're just super chill to talk about movies with a difference of opinion. It's great. I never felt judged by you for having a different take than you, and I hope I never came off as hostile in disagreement with you on that one. So props to you, seriously.
No, same to you as well. Thank you. I appreciate that.
There is a reason that I asked you to do this. Number one, because I know you can speak intelligently about movies.
Well, but I don't know. Did you hear my review of Red?
I was talking to Hannah.
Well. Fair.
Oh,
but no, I mean, it goes for both of you. But also because I knew that you would have different opinions, and I wanted that.
Yeah.
Circle jerks are boring.
I think the Academy in general can benefit from more diverse opinions. Like, I really like when that comes up.
Yeah,
I agree.
All right. Well, to close us out, does anybody have anything that they would like to plug?
I think that's the same noise you made at the beginning of the podcast.
I make that, yeah.
Sounds like you're about to take a shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the opposite of plugging.
Have to unplug.
Yeah. No, not this time. I've plugged all my voice acting stuff in previous episodes, and I don't really have anything else new going on right now. So if that changes, then I'll not tell you about it because I'm not going to be on a podcast. But yeah, that's I got nothing.
Yeah, I plugged my main podcast before. I did just start a new project along with my other one. It's called The Bot Canon. The first episode officially drops on November 1st. And the premise of that one is very silly. I'm taking famous opening lines and paragraphs from well-loved bits of literature and feeding it into an artificial intelligence and working together with it to see how they would finish it. I've recorded 5 so far. There have been 2 unexpected murderers from characters who were not murderers in the book, and one episode where somebody requests a meal to be served in his friend's head. So it's gonna be a good ride. So check into the Bot Canon. The first one's a little quieter, no more. The first one is The Hobbit, and turns out to be a very sweet little story about Bilbo trying to find a garden thief. So I just read it like an audiobook. So tune on in. Most of the episodes are going to be like under 10 minutes. So if you want some odd audiobook content, tune on into that. It's the Bot Canon.
Awesome. And you said November 1st?
Yeah, this Monday from when we're recording. Yeah,
so most likely that will be out before this. So go, as soon as you're done with this, go check that out. Like you said, they're not
links in the description. Wait, is that a thing?
Yeah.
Do we do that?
Oh, absolutely, we can link.
I can send it to you.
Yeah, no problem. And I will say, you know us, we are the Flying Cow. Nobody ever does, but we're talking about movies that people care about. So I challenge you, if you feel differently than we do, please write in, let us know. If you think we got it all wrong, and what are you guys thinking? North got robbed. Whatever you want to say, feel free. We are on Twitter and Instagram at the Flying Cow Pod. You can also email us at theflyingcowpod@gmail.com. And there's also the Facebook page where I post all that stuff. It's just search The Flying Cow. You'll find us right there. You can also find us on YouTube, Movie Battles. The Flying Cow Movie Battles is an easy way to find that channel. And you can listen to the best Disney Pixar trivia matches that there ever have been. Both Hannah and Jack are on that. We are, as of this recording, we are in the middle of a 16-person tournament, I believe. We're currently releasing round 2. Who knows? We might be in the semifinals by the time you get around to this. But check that out. We've got a lot of exciting stuff coming up around the pike there. We're going to have our big year-end event, Movie Battles Blowout, on starting December 20th. We're going to release one match a day for 4 days, heading all the way up to the final, which will drop the 23rd, the day before Christmas Eve. So check that out. Hannah will be a part of that. Lot of fun stuff. So yes, thank you guys for listening. Thanks to Hannah and Jack for being here. And as always, moo.
Moo.